All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I am sharing with you 3 ways that you can step forward into your new earth leadership position without even knowing what your purpose is yet. Watch this video. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here today. If you don't already know, my name is Serena. I am here. I am a twin flame. I'm one half of this channel, which is Life After Union. I make videos solo and with my twin flame, and we are helping you basically through your twin flame journey, your ascension process, and stepping into your new earth creative leadership role. So, first, I want to talk about what is a new earth creative leader. This is kind of a term that I've come up on my own. I don't know if anybody else has been talking about this, but this is something that has kind of come to me because a lot of times, like, I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a leader in a way. And I do think leadership qualities are strong within me because I am a Leo, I'm a double Leo, and I have my life path number as number 1, which is kind of a leadership or entrepreneurial number. But that being said, I'm very gentle and I can be very soft spoken and more intuitive and more introverted. So I have qualities that, a lot of people wouldn't consider to be leadership qualities. And while that might be true, I have found a way to lead in my own right, right? So you might be asking yourself, am I a new earth creative leader? And the reason why it's a creative leader is because many of us are using our creative abilities to lead in that way. So for me, right, it's making these videos, it's stepping forward into a creative way. I'm not doing like your typical government type roles, right? Like that would be a leadership position or something like that. But I'm here on YouTube, I'm talking about myself, I'm sharing what I'm moving through in a different and creative way. Um, and those of you who are, on a spiritual path, who might be twin flames yourself, who might be stepping into your purpose at this time, you might be wondering, how do I lead within my purpose? And the point of the fact is, when you're aligned to spirit, you're aligned to soul, you are a leader, whether you identify it as a leader or not, right? Because that is such a radical thing to do in this day and age, is to truly align to your soul and your spirit first. It's gonna make me emotional. I wasn't expecting that. But and I think maybe because spirit is honoring those of you that are watching this, and that you really have walked the hard path of aligning to your soul, even if that brought you to a painful place, even if that took relationships or friendships or romantic endeavors out of your line of sight, because my dog is right behind the camera now. Because doing so, you've put yourself on a path and a trajectory that is unlike probably anybody around you. So Spirit just really wants to honor that as we step into this video. And yeah, to really just honor where you are and the work that you've already done. Okay, so all of that work that you've already done is foundational to stepping into your new earth creative leadership role. And so whatever creativity that is for you, whether you're a writer, whether you do art, whether you want to speak about your life and share, whether you want to make YouTube videos and create in that way, or do digital art or storybooks, or whatever it might be, whatever creative endeavors that really truly light you up inside, right? This is the idea here, is it needs to be a passion for you. It needs to be something that's lighting your fire. You're not just doing it because it's something to do, you're doing it because you feel pulled and magnetized towards this cause or towards this purpose. So with that being said, let's step into the video. And the first thing that you can do, if you don't know your purpose, but you want to start stepping forward into it, the first thing that you can do is get in tune and aligned with yourself. Okay? The more you invest in yourself, your path, the more you love yourself, support yourself, build yourself up, the more the way is going to be uncovered to you. I have manifested everything in my life, and it's so funny because it's like every time I want to level up, I forget that this is the way to do it until I start doing it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I got everything else in my life. But I've manifested everything in my life through loving myself more. Whatever obstacle came up, whatever deficiency, whatever shadow came up within me, it was only through loving myself more that I was actually able to transcend that and manifest the things that I wanted to manifest. So the same is true for your purpose. If you are like looking everywhere outside and saying, where's my purpose? Where's my purpose? Spirit, send me a sign, blah, 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 blah. All of these things, right? There's nothing wrong with doing that. So I don't want to put resistance into the scenario because there's nothing wrong with that. But the true purpose comes from within you. So the more time you spend within yourself, musing with yourself, tapping into your soul, your spirit, your inner child, the more you are going to have your path and your purpose be revealed to you. Now, the next one is really quite interesting. So what you can do if you're not sure of your purpose yet, but you're wanting to step forward into it, is you start showing up as that person to everybody around you, right? There's that quote, and I'm going to mess it up because it's an old quote and I don't really know it that well, but it's like community or something like charity begins at home is the quote, okay? And put it in the comments if you know the quote that I'm talking about. And maybe I'll put it in this video, but what that is really saying at the end of the day is everything begins at home first. So if you're wanting to show up and step into your purpose, start with the way you treat yourself. Start with the way you treat your children. Start with the way you treat your family members. Start with the way you treat your friends. And then the people at the grocery store. And then everybody you meet, right? Stepping into that embodied, purposeful, like part of yourself begins with every relationship that you see. Do you know how long it took me to like be confident enough to tell people on the street that I was a YouTuber and that I was like helping twin flames and spiritual mentoring? It took me like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years into my YouTube journey in order to actually say, oh yeah, this is what I do. This is how I make an income. This is how I serve people. This is like, it literally took me that long to actually fully step into it and embody it. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is because I hope it doesn't take you that long to step into it. Because I know the benefits of sharing what you do. It makes connections for you, right? So if you haven't yet stepped into your purpose and you don't exactly know what it is, it could potentially be because there's a partnership that's waiting for you, or there's a collective or a community that's waiting for you. And if you don't start speaking about your passion and your purpose and who you are and what you want to do, then you'll likely never attract and make those connections, right? Somebody that I'm working very, very closely with right now was literally for that very reason. I was with her and she was asking me for the first time when we first met, she was asking me, oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm on YouTube. I make videos about twin flame journeys. And she's like, no way. I'm on a twin flame journey. I'm going through something like that. And it opened up this whole dimension for us to talk and share about what we were going through. And now we work so closely together. But without the courage to speak about it and to be that in my relationships in the world, right? It's not just about being that for YouTube and being that for online. It's about how do you be that within the world? How do you be that in your romantic relationship? How do you be that with your brother and sister? How do you be that in every area of your life? And part of what draws in your purpose more is stepping into it in the 3D reality and claiming it as yours, right? Saying, this is who I am now. And I can start over and become new in any moment that I want. Now, the last one is so beautiful. And this is to ask for help. Okay, when you are wanting to step into your purpose, it's very important not only to cultivate a relationship with yourself, but to cultivate your relationship with the divine, right? And it is one and the same at the end of the day, and I know you know this. The divine is us, we are the divine. It's all one, right? Sorry about the dogs barking, there's somebody visiting here. Um, so, what I want to say about that is cultivating your relationship with divine and asking for help. Okay, there's no shame in not knowing where you are, where you're going. There's no shame in that whatsoever. So, asking for help is part of the journey. Throughout my New Earth Creative Leader journey, I have had so much help. I have had 2 different business mentors, a spiritual mentor the entire time. I did have somebody working with my SEO. I've had different volunteers. I've had different trading services, like for my spiritual well being. I've had so much support, but it's because I asked for it, right? And I had the willingness and the courage to invest in myself and invest in where I wanted to go. If you're willing to say, hey, Spirit, I'm ready to step into my purpose, show me what's possible, you will start having miracles being sent to you, being brought to you. But you have to be willing to step into that first and foremost and proclaim that to the universe. So it's not only about asking for help from others, but also asking for help from Spirit. And that being said, if you are ready to step into your own New Earth creative leadership role and begin your soul aligned business, I am here to support that. I want you to find your voice. I know that you have a powerful message that needs to get into the world. And so, if there's anything I can do, what has been like my passion and my purpose lately is to use the tools and my ability as an intuitive, as a spiritual mentor, to help you uncover your limiting beliefs and get your voice into the world. You have so much value to share that it's almost sad to not see it helping others, right? So it's if you've been feeling that calling, you've been feeling that direction to step into this space and you need support, you don't know how to get there or where to go, fill out the link below. And it's an application to my group mentorship that's helping literally twin flames and spiritual seekers step into these new earth leadership positions. So I won't say any more. If you're interested, fill it out and we'll start having a conversation about it. We'll start chatting, make sure we're a right fit to work together, make sure it's all aligned with Spirit. But that being said, thank you so much for being here today, for following me on this journey. And please send me lots and lots of love in the comments section and like this video, share it with somebody you love who's also on the same path. And we'll see you next time. Bye.